Rocco, a 4-0 hole is a big one to try to dig yourselves out of, especially at a night when the bats aren't clicking the way that you would hope. So how tough was that to see that one get away?
In most of those games, you have to chip your way back into the game. You got to go a little bit at a time. You got to find a way to get a run back or 2 runs back. We had, if I'm remembering correctly, maybe 3 innings where we had multiple guys on base, and those are the times when you're going to score. You're going to score runs, 1 or 2, 3 runs. We couldn't get anything going when the time came. We got some guys on. We had a few base runners, a few good at bats here and there. Not nearly enough today. Going down early like that, when we're not really scoring very many runs, going down early like that can be tough. You can't let that affect you going forward, though. So, on the mental side of continuing to play 9 innings and giving yourself a chance to come back in the game, we still have some work to do in that way. I mean, we can say one hit here or 1 hit there, and all of a sudden we have 2 or 3 runs on the board. That's actually true, but talking about it, that's one thing. We have to go out there and execute it, and just have more. We need more good at bats. We're getting some, but just not enough.
Before the game, we talked about the strategy that comes along with facing an opener. Were you guys expecting to see Mania earlier? I mean, how much did you have to kind of counter what they were doing tonight?
Well, we had it reasonably balanced to start, but you have to be willing, in my opinion, when you're facing a situation like that, to be willing to make moves and get guys in there. When you go down 4-0 early in the game, it really affects a lot of things. And if you're battling along, or you have a lead, or you're playing a real tight ball game, you can leave your lineup out there, let them grind through a few at bats, see if you can stay competitive or even be in the lead. But when you go down 4-0 and they bring in Mania, it tells you he's going to pitch. Could they have taken him out after an inning? Yes, but we didn't think that was going to be the case if he made it into the game. And he did make it into the game. And once they took that lead, we had to get our guys in there. So it was definitely an unorthodox type of game with the moves we made. But Solano and Garlick went in there and did a pretty good job. Yes, it's unusual. Our guys were prepared for what was to come. They knew it was an opener, and they knew it could be an odd game. The opener strategy and bringing in several different relievers, it can be an effective strategy. I mean, we saw it today. We've seen it many times in the past. But regardless of that, again, we didn't score. We need to have more good swings, more good at bats than what we're seeing. It's a little frustrating, but what are we going to do right now about it? And that's the real question. And it starts tomorrow. We'll totally new situation tomorrow, and we have to attack it.
What was the reports on how many pitches he threw out there today?
Who's that?
Mania in the bullpen. Was it like 30 pitches?
I think he threw a light bullpen before the game. Does that mean he's not pitching? No, and we knew he could certainly find his way into the game. We knew he was likely going to be an option to go in there. When he throws the bullpen, do you think, maybe not? Sure. I mean, you think maybe not, but you also look up at who they have available, and he's certainly basically their best option to go out there and throw a bunch of innings. And is it Beck as well? I mean, we knew he could throw some innings too, but getting to the end of the game had something to do with Mania likely.